Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube video where I get to fill you in on how my MRI went today. My MRI is a huge deal and it's really important news for me to share with you, okay? But first things first, if you follow me at all, if you know anything, just yesterday I was in Colorado. Literally hiking mountains. Climbing mountains with cancer is a really difficult task, but something, if I can do it, you can absolutely do it. And I encourage you to get out there and try it because it's a blast. I had so much fun. I'm even wearing a shirt right now to kind of represent how much I loved it. Anyways, so this morning, trying to transition from being on vacation mode, coming home responsibly, to go to this MRI was a transition, right? So early this morning we had to get up, get our lives together, and head down to Abbott. That's where we go, Abbott Northwestern, where we do my MRIs every 2 months, if you remember this, just giving you a quick background. And we are completing chemotherapy for 12 total months. Just to update you on that too. So right now we are in the middle of this journey and I'm doing an MRI. Okay, so what's the deal with my brain? Because that's why we're doing chemotherapy. I have a brain cancer tumor, right, that we're fighting. We want to know. You're pretty much wondering, shut up already and tell me the good, exciting news about what happened. So what I do know is I have some pictures here, so let me get my phone open here to show you, is we saw, again, I don't have printouts of the brain scan, so this is all images. So the image, if you can see, is one of, here, let me try this. So here we go. This is the starting off tumor from last time, so like 2 months ago, and this is our updated tumor right now. And so if we look in, zoom in really quick, it looks the same and there's no growth. The only thing we would be concerned about is this teeny tiny little white dot right there, but it is not actively growing. And that is what we are ultimately terrified of, is that growing, because it's an active mutated tumor that could grow at any time, but the chemo is literally kicking its butt. That is the goal and the job of why I suffer each and every month. And to be exact, really, I've told you all that it was every 23 days is when my body re-enters the chemo process. Actually, I have been misspeaking and kind of learning more recently, it's actually 28 days. So it's almost a full month later, but 28 days changes the timeline of when chemo is, instead of every 3 weeks of the month. So instead of being every 3 weeks, it varies and can now start happening twice a month. For example, I have chemo starting the beginning of the month of August. I have it in July. Actually, unfortunately, I have it next week to start already. So prayers for me then, because I will very much need it. But so thinking about August, I start the month with chemotherapy and then end the month with chemotherapy. So it's twice in the month of August, because that's how the days line itself up. So one tough month of twice as often, it feels like mentally, we know that it's not twice in a month, it's timeline wise, but it feels harder to deal with it 2 times in a given time period, right? So we learned that. And we also learned the greatest, the most important news that I have gotten today. It's not that I'm cancer-free, unfortunately, but it is great news that chemotherapy will be what feels shorter. And what is shorter in my mind, with what I knew, is I will be done with my chemotherapy on October 2nd, instead of what I pictured as November, because 12 months starting in November logically made sense to me. But what actually is happening is that we started sooner. We started in September. When I go back to thinking about my radiation and chemotherapy combined together that I did September 16th, that is truly when I started this whole process. Therefore, September ending that month on October 2nd equals the 12 chemotherapy appointments. And if you kind of picture a clock with me, if you will, like a circle, there's 12 3, 6, 9 as the little clock, right? Each month of these 12 months are attacking different parts of the tumor specifically. It doesn't go in chronological or clock order. It's not like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is jumping around. So the 12 months or the 12 times of chemo treatment for me is attacking all of the whole circle, the whole clock, the whole tumor all at once. And it gets to end on a sooner date than I ever believed possible. And what we're discovering is each and every month, I'm showing that I'm stronger, I'm showing that I'm more capable, and I'm showing that we are able to pray and heal my body and heal my brain tumor and live with cancer someday no more. We will not only be in remission someday, but we will be cancer free, and I believe it. So let me make sure, I have my little agenda to make sure I'm updating you. Colorado was a blast. If I can climb a mountain, so can you. Absolutely. My MRI was fantastic. Just as good as it was last time, if not better. And then lastly, we get to do shorter months of chemo. I am so grateful. I appreciate all of your support. I need it. I can't do this without you. So let's keep this thing trucking. I'll keep sharing your updates and you keep praying. Keep supporting and loving me. Thank you so much.